Did you know that you can organize all the languages in the world, which is about 7,000 languages, under 6 categories? These 6 categories are simply the order of words in the language. Let me explain. If you're watching this video, it means you know English. Something about English that you may already have noticed is its word order. You have the subject, then the verb, and finally the object of a sentence. This word order is what guides how sentences in English are constructed. Of course, some sentences are more complex than just subject, verb, object, but even so, this word order is still behind every sentence. If you know another language, or if you tried learning a different language, you may have encountered a different word order in it. And as I said, there are only 6 combinations possible when it comes to the grammar of all the languages in the world. Yes, only 6 grammatical structures for the order of words in any language in the world. The most common one is actually not subject, verb, object, or SVO, like English, but rather SOV, subject, object, verb. It is found in about 45% of the languages of the world, so almost half of them. I want to emphasize that this number changes depending on the sources, and could actually be between 42 and 47%. The SVO order, once again where English belongs, represents about 42% of languages. So these 2 structures alone represent almost 90% of the world's languages. The last 10% are divided into the other 4 combinations. To look and understand the rarest examples, let's look at what a simple sentence would look like in every scenario. So, our simple example is the following. I eat apples. I is the subject, eat the verb, apples the object. Like I said before, this SVO order is central in English, but can be found in many other languages in the world, like Mandarin Chinese, Spanish, French, and hundreds of others. The most common word order, SOV, will make our sentence slightly different. I apples eat. This structure is found in languages like Hindi, Mongolian, Japanese, and close to 2,000 languages in total. Now, let's look at the third most common way. Verb, subject, object. Eat, I, apple. Already, this structure probably feels off to you if you don't know a language that follows this word order. About 9% of the world's languages actually have this structure. The most common examples are Filipino and Classical Arabic, as well as Berber languages, which is a language family spoken in Northern Africa. So far, we looked at half the potential structures, and by now, most languages in the world follow one of these 3 ways of organizing sentences. The next word order I want to mention is VOS, verb, object, subject. Eat, apples, I. This is a pattern you can find in various languages native to North America. For example, Algonquin languages, which is a family of various languages spoken in the United States and Canada, or Salishan languages. Then we have OVS, object, verb, subject. Apples, eat, I. This is a feature present in Uranina, for example, a language spoken in Peru. Finally, the last word order, which is the less common one, OSV, object, subject, verb. Apples, I, eat. This includes the Apollinia language, an Amazonian language spoken in Brazil, or Haida in Canada. However, for Haida, this only applies to some types of sentences but not all of them. By default, an SOV order is usually used. As you can see, the last 3 types of patterns are found in some smaller languages, usually spoken in specific communities. By smaller, I mean they have at best a few thousand speakers, rarely more than 100,000 speakers, while SVO or SOV languages are often spoken by millions of people. Now that we saw these word orders, I want to emphasize a point regarding some languages. While word order is something found in all the languages of the world, some languages are not too restricted by it. What I mean here is that in some languages, word order can be defined as following a specific structure, but sentences can be made without following said structure and still be grammatically correct. This is the case, for example, of Latin, Greek, Korean, Japanese, or Basque, to give a few examples. With these examples, we talk more about a natural word order, the order that these languages followed by default, while admitting that they can move away from it to a certain extent and be less restricting than some languages. For example, you can do that in English. If I say I eat apples, it's different than apples eat I, and the meaning will be very different. In the first case, it's clear that I am eating apples. In the second case, it kind of sounds like apples are actually eating me. Even though this is grammatically incorrect, this is kind of what you're getting. In the case of English, Word order is essential to understand a sentence, although other factors participate in comprehension. For languages that are more flexible, other factors are essential in the comprehension of a sentence, such as the focus of the sentence, case declensions, sometimes conjugations, etc. There is more to understanding a sentence than just word order, although it's a good way to organize languages around the world. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you learned something, and if you want to learn more about some of these flexible languages, let me know in the comments.